Counting your scars, see your dirty face. You always dry your tears at night. There's no one here you have to fear, but the fear still grows inside. It grows inside. Just keep up, soldier. It won't be easy to stand upright while you suffer all this pain. To stand upright and to face it all again. Whoa. And when they say you're nothing, try to resist them. You are not as vain as you think. Giving up is no solution. Don't you think it's time to move on? You gotta stand up when you're pushed down. Don't stay there sitting down on the ground. And when you start to fall, forget your fear, 'cause you will have to rise above it. Then you're self-made.
Hello and welcome back to the 2015 Nebula Formula C Championship. It's round number 6 from the Circuito del Jarama in Spain. My name is Justin, and joining me once again, it's Miko.
Hey guys.
So today's race will be at Jarama, which was an F1 circuit in Spain until 1981. It's a 2.4 mile circuit with 11 corners and a long straight heading into turn 1, which will likely be a popular overtaking location for the drivers today. Nice mix of high and low speed corners. Here's the lineup. Here's the grid. Red Eye taking pole position for Raven West Motorsport. He's followed by Zero in second position. Rival taking third position. He's followed by Senna-esque for Team Kicker in a nice fourth position on the second row of the grid. In fifth position, we've got Shino. The other Intel Motorsports car just behind him is Insomnia in sixth position. He's followed by Zazman in seventh and Dr. DK in eighth position for Razor Motorsports. Jeb finishes in ninth position in qualifying. He's followed by Spartan for the Monster Energy Racing Team. And bringing up the rear of the grid is Walker, Senna-esque's teammate, driving for Team Kicker as well. So that's how they will be lining up for the Spanish Grand Prix here today from Jarama, as we're going straight into the race. The lights are going out now, and we're on board with Shino from that fifth place position. And it looks like a decent start for all of the drivers in the top 5, and actually behind as well. Not a lot of movement happening, as the cars now are starting to pick up slipstreams off one another. Rival, starting from third position, is trying to defend that position rather than trying to attack, surprisingly enough. Rival, of course, one of the strongest drivers in the field, as we've seen from previous races. Dr. DK getting edged out a little bit there by Shino. He's up, though, and Zazman just shooting up the inside. Oh, and there's been contact between Zazman and I believe that was Shino. And Dr. DK now up into sixth position. And here is Zazman trying to go alongside Dr. DK, and it looks like he's going to take the position. I think he's still to his right-hand side. You'll have to apologize us for not knowing the track all that well, but we're not really familiar with Jarama. Senna-esque, though, definitely ran wide. I know enough about the circuit that's not the line you want to be taking through turn number 7 there. On board with Rival once again, still in that third place position. Wow, never mind. He's now in fourth place position as Insomnia just flies by his teammate there. That was an incredible move from Insomnia. I think he's been practicing, if you ask me. And Rival nearly running into the back of him there, into his teammate. But no, he does manage to brake early enough to avoid that contact. And Insomnia is going to be coming under attack from Rival here pretty soon if he doesn't watch out. Shino in eighth position after starting in fifth, so he's down several positions. He's got Jeb behind him. A three-way battle going on just ahead of him, though, between Senna-esque and Zazman and Dr. DK, and he's going to take Senna-esque at the inside line for turn number 1. Zazman is going to edge out Dr. DK at the exit of the corner. Very quick right-hander at turn number 2, and then a low-speed turn number 3 here. It looks like it's got a little bit of a camber, and Shino's back down into 8th position as Senna-esque moves back ahead of him. Rival trying to get past his teammate here on lap number 2 of 10. And Insomnia now starting to mount some pressure on the top two. Zero's going to be coming under attack from Insomnia here. It takes a lot of curb there for that very quick right-hander. As we break down now, Rival getting the inside line on his teammate. There's definitely been some contact. I think they've lost out. Oh, they're definitely losing out now, both of them. Rival off of the circuit as they get kind of caught on one another. Dr. DK is going to fly past both of them up into 4th position now with Zazman into that final podium position. Still the same up at the front, though. Red Eye still leading this race after starting from pole position. So it's looking pretty good for him. But yeah, that is certainly not what you want from teammates with the Intel Motorsports guys taking each other out there.
Yeah, and Finnish Power, I have to say, goes Zazman right now in 3rd position. He started from 7th position, so looking ahead, it's the pole sitter and the second front row guy, Red Eye and Zero battling it out, and I think Zero just took the lead of the race, and Dr. DK harassing Zazman here coming into turn 3.
Yep, trying to get that final podium position. He's also got Rival just behind him, though, so he's got to watch out for that. Rival down in 5th position with Shino just behind him, as we're on board with Shino right now, who's got Jeb right behind him as well. And then it looks like a little bit of a gap now beginning to form between Jeb and whoever is in 8th position at the moment. Shino dropping back a little bit. He's got a great view, though, of the battling that's going on up ahead between Rival and Dr. DK as we head into the turn 7 hairpin, I believe this is. And it looks like Rival is going to come out ahead on this particular occasion, up into 4th position now, after starting from 3rd. So it's been a difficult race for Rival for sure. It's been a bit of a difficult race for both of the Intel drivers. Insomnia now down into 10th position after that contact with his teammate. He's down into last position as we've actually lost a driver from this race. One of the 11 drivers,
I think it's Walker.
Walker, yeah, I think you're right about that. Senna-esque's teammate Walker, I believe, has retired from the race, so everybody will be scoring points that manages to finish this race at this stage. And Zero and Red Eye doing battle once again, as we can see up at the top left-hand corner, changing positions. We've also got some battling going on for 3rd place position as well, and we're getting a great view of that as we're on board now with Rival, who is trying to get that 3rd place position. He is up into 3rd for the moment, but he's not going to have the inside line here for this left-hander. Is he going to be able to stick it around the outside? He does. He'll now have the benefit of the inside line for turn number 4 here, and he does move up into 3rd position, which is where he started this race. So after over 3 laps of racing, Rival now back into the position where he started. On board with the Finnish driver, Zazman now in 5th position right now, up 2 positions, but down from the 4th place position that he was in before. Closing up on Dr. DK, running a little bit wide there, but he should get a nice exit. It's all about the toe that he's going to get coming out of that turn 7 hairpin. Nice flat out section here as we have the left-handed kink of turn number 8, and then heading into the sort of pseudo hairpin at turn number 9, and it's looking pretty good for him, but it's looking even better for Dr. DK, who's managed to get a little bit of a run on Rival here as we head into turn number 10, the Monza corner. Oh, and Dr. DK with a penalty going over the white lines, and that's going to put Zazman all over the back of him and give Rival a bit of a gap that he can relax with. Zazman is going to have the inside line as they head down towards turn number 1. Is he going to be able to brake late enough in order to take the position? He's still side by side. It's going to be very difficult between them. Dr. DK trying to hang it around the outside. It looks like he's done a pretty good job, but Zazman with a fantastic exit out of the corner. They're still side by side as they go through the very high-speed right-hander there, and Dr. DK edges him out as they head into the turn number 3 hairpin here. Wonderful banked corner with that camber on it. And Zazman not giving up yet. He's still hanging on to the back of Dr. DK here, but back down into 5th position, and we can see in the background there, Jeb has run very wide behind Shino, and that's going to lose him lots of time, which is very unfortunate. He was doing a great job of keeping up with Shino for this entire race as we're rapidly approaching the halfway point with these very quick Formula C cars as they are navigating this circuit very, very quickly. Not even 7 minutes have gone by, and we're almost at the end of lap number 5 already. So it's a pretty short lap here in Spain, and Shino's got a bit of a gap ahead and behind, to be honest. Zazman, though, still hanging onto the back of that 4th place position, still trying to see what he can do against Dr. DK And it looks like, looking at the mini-map, there's a bit of a gap between Dr. DK and whoever might be sitting in that third place position right now. But Red Eye is back into the lead of this race. And we can see just barely up ahead that there is some battling going on. Actually, up at the front is Red Eye going to come under attack as we begin the second half of this race. Dr. DK loses out to Zazman down into 5th position. Zazman up into 4th as they're going side by side through turn 1 at the start of lap number 6. And somebody's lost out there. It's Zazman. Yeah, Zazman with some contact runs off the circuit. That's going to lose him lots of time, but it looks like he's still got a nice comfortable gap to Shino at least.
And these three just absolutely tied in battle, and Red Eye still holding on to that first place, and he must have a really good exit all the time, or every time from the last corner coming out. I believe that's turn 11. There's a little bit of a kink after turn 10, and just and he spun.
Oh,
and
he's collected
the 0 as well. So that's just absolutely gifted. First place to rival. Let's say that again.
Yeah, so here's the replay. We're on board with Red Eye. He just loses the back end, way too much oversteer, and like you said, he just takes out 0 with him. He tries to spin the car around. Oh, and he gets hit again at high speed. Very, very heavy impact there. That's going to be pretty significant damage, I would imagine, as he's down into 7th position, I believe that said. Here's the replay from Dr. DK's point of view. He's trying his best to just avoid him, and I think that oversteer, actually, he also got a bit of oversteer coming out of turn number 10, and I think that's kind of what sent him into the path of that stationary car. Zazman now in 5th position. Some more contact, actually, between Dr. DK and Shino. Very heavy contact. And actually, Shino is continuing on. He hasn't lost any position. Oh, he's lost a tire. Oh, no, that is terrible. And I think you're right. I think he's lost a front right tire, which so far it's all right-hand corners so far, so he's not really affected. Thankfully, it's a clockwise circuit. Going. So he's not losing out too much, but we're going to see that damage firsthand as Zazman goes flying by the 3-wheeled car of Dr. DK, but no, he's fighting back out. Dr. DK battling with 3 wheels against Zazman. That's incredible. Zazman trying to take that final podium position. As we were talking about, Rival's been gifted the lead of this race. Finally, a left-hand corner, but it doesn't... Oh, Dr. DK has all 4 wheels. That's very interesting. So he's missing a wheel on other people's screens, but on his screen, he still has his wheel. I was going to say, that car's going very quickly through a left-handed corner, considering he's missing his front right wheel. That's a lot of grip, considering he's got no rubber. But Dr. DK, it's all fine on his screen. So he's going to continue on. You can see it right there. There's the wheel missing. So that's an interesting glitch that has gone on as we're coming to the end of lap number 7. This is an incredibly quick race. We're only 9.5 minutes into this race, so we've only got 3 laps remaining now. Zazman up into 4th position again, once again, as he's been swapping back and forth between 4th and 5th. Dr. DK continuing on with all 4 wheels, despite what you may have heard. Shino now coming under attack from Jeb, who did manage to close back in. So after that that off track from Jeb, he has managed to fight back. As you spotted there, Zazman taking out one of the, I think, braking boards there. And Shino, with a great exit out of the final corner, has just managed to completely close down on Zazman. Is he going to be able to... He pulled out of the slipstream. Oh, he's got a little tap of encouragement there from Jeb, I think. And he does move up ahead of Zazman. So Zazman back down into 5th position once again. Shino up into 4th now. And you can see on the mini-map there, just look at the gap that Rival has. That's incredible.
But this group here, I think that this is from 2nd place to about 7th place. It's just really close. So these final laps are just gonna be, I hope they're gonna be good for battling.
Yeah, and hopefully not for crashing. we've certainly seen some crashing. Possibly the lack of knowledge on this circuit could be playing a factor on that, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast. From what Miko tells me, this circuit's more used for motorcycle racing these days than for car racing. But we're back on board with Dr. DK in that Razor car once again in that final podium position. He's got 0 just ahead of him. He still has an opportunity here with 2 laps still remaining in this race. It's not over yet for 2nd place position, but it's probably over for Rival. It's looking pretty comfortable for him. Dr. DK does have some steering damage, as we can see from the bottom right-hand indicator there, as we're going across the start-finish line for yet another time to start the penultimate lap of this race. Zazman, he's not done. He wants 4th place one more time if he can. He's got the inside line for turn number 1, getting very close to Dr. DK, running a little bit deep, actually. And Shino does the cutback, the switchback on him, and takes that 4th place position. So a nice effort there from Zazman, but unfortunately not quite enough as Shino manages to hold on. But it looks like both of them now closing up on Dr. DK here. A little bit of contact there, a little bit of a wobble, but everybody continues to point their car in the right direction. Zazman now looking in his mirrors to keep an eye out for Insomnia, who started this race in 6th position and is still in 6th position. So he's got to keep an eye out for the car behind him. And as you mentioned, Miko, from 2nd down to 7th, very, very close. And it seems to be only getting closer now as time goes by.
Lots of oversteer from Zazman. That's absolute compromises one down to turn 8 and 9. So let's see if there's going to be any battling between those guys. But Shino, a great race up until now. We've seen him usually in the midfield, but now just absolutely contesting for a podium. Of course, maybe due to that crash earlier, but just now he's on the behind Dr. DK and lining up 3rd place here, going on the outside and getting past actually.
Wow.
Right on the straight.
That was easy. Yeah, Shino just flies right by Dr. DK. I think that was probably the easiest move we've seen so far today, other than people, getting advantage of that crash between Red Eye and Zero, which we didn't even point out were the 2 front row starters, and those guys dropping right down the race. I mean, well, I say that, and then Zero retakes 2nd position, battling with Shino right now. Zero into 2nd, Shino into 2nd. It's just swapping back and forth. Shino
look behind.
Into 3rd.
It's
Oh
Insomnia.
my God. And Insomnia just goes flying by Dr. DK with a great exit there. Dr. DK, of course, was locked into that battle with Shino. Oh, there's been contact between them. Dr. DK shoots up the inside. He's going to be able to take both cars at the same time. No, he can't. Shino does manage to hold on to that 3rd place position. As we're coming to the end of the final lap now, it's getting very, very tense. Insomnia into 5th position now. He's up 1 position from his starting position. He's very close to Dr. DK. There's some more contact there between all 3 cars. I think Insomnia hit Dr. DK, and that caused Dr. DK to hit Shino there. So quite a bit of contact happening there. Dr. DK trying to find a way up the inside at turn number 9, I believe that was, or was that 10? That was 10, as we're going through the final corner now. Insomnia is all over the back of Dr. DK. Is he going to be able to get a run on him to try and take that position? No, he's not. And actually, I think we saw a change of position right at the front there. No, Rival does take the win ahead of Zero. Shino with that final podium position, and look how close it was from 3rd down to 6th. 7.4 seconds on Shino and 7.9 seconds on Red Eye, just half a second separating 3rd from 6th position. Incredibly close racing. Team Kicker way down at the bottom, though, in that race. Did not go very well for Senna-esque and Walker, unfortunately, and it does look like Walker was indeed the one that DNF'd. Red Eye in the lead right now, 18 points ahead of Dr. DK, who is just 4 points ahead of Insomnia, and then a big gap down to Shino in 4th position. And here we have the rest of the standings. The only person yet to score points is Julius Caesar of Oakley Motorsports, who of course did not race today. Aside from him, everybody else has managed to get some points on the board of these 19 racers after 6 races as well. So everybody doing a great job of finishing in the top 10 at least once for the most part. Intel Motorsports leading the championship as it stands right now, 161 points to Raven West Motorsports, 145 points, and then Razor Motorsport a little bit further back with 117. And then a pretty big gap actually down to Cusco, about 29-point gap. And, well, actually, yeah, it's a 28-point gap between Raven West and Razor. So some pretty big gaps aside from the top guys. Just 16 points separating 1st from 2nd position. So Intel still leading, but only slightly. That's going to do it for the race today from Jarama or Jarama. Take your pick. Thank you so much for joining me, Miko.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.